Okay, so we are doing a simple journal. This is the format, as you all know. The sum will start like this way. In the beginning, I will be writing in the books of Gia Saili. Jia Saili. Okay. Then you can give heading journals or journal entry. So the very first thing that you can see, dates are given. It is 2018, Jan 1. The first entry being commence business with cash. So therefore, the entry will be cash account debit to capital account. Those who are like watching the videos for the international board students, as you all know, you don't have to write the two thing. For other boards, obviously we will be writing that thing. Okay. So cash account debit to capital, it is 80,000 and 80,000. I'm just ignoring the narration portion. Then comes Jan 2, deposited cash with bank. This means you are depositing your cash into your bank account. So there are two accounts involved over here. One is the cash account, another one is the bank account. So cash is going down since it is going away from you. And another account, that is the bank, you are depositing the cash into the bank account. So bank is increasing. We know both are assets. So bank, if it increases, it will be debited plus asset. Cash, it is going down. Cash is minus asset. So bank account debit to cash account. Amount is 40,000. Jan 3, purchase goods by paying cash. Simple, purchase is an expense. Cash is going away, so cash account is credited. 5,000. Then comes 4th Jan. Purchase goods from Lipton and Co. on credit. So cash is not mentioned. Even if the credit word was not mentioned, since cash is not mentioned, we will assume it to be a credit entry. What happens in credit entry? In case of a credit entry, you will write the name of the party from whom you are buying the goods. That is Lipton and Company. So what happens if the name is not given? You will just simply write creditors or trade payables. So purchase account debit expense to Lipton and Company. What was the amount? It is 10,000. Then comes 5th, sold goods to Joy and received cash. See, name is also mentioned and cash is also mentioned. Cash is the most important thing over here. If cash is mentioned, we will just write simply directly cash account. Name will not be coming over here because it's a cash transaction. Understood? So therefore, we are having now cash account debit because cash is coming in. So assets is increasing. And sales is an income for us, it will be credited. It will be 11K. Moving on to the next part, that is on 6th of Jan, paid salaries by cash. So you're paying salaries, so salary account will be your expense. Salaries account debit. to cash account. Okay, so I'm back due to a small glitch. The recording got stopped. Salaries account debit, it will be ES to cash. 5,000, 5,000. Then comes seventh, paid Lipton and Company by check for the purchases made on 4th. Even this portion was not mentioned. That you are paying for the purchases that you have done on 4th of Jan. We could have easily assumed, since Lipton, you are paying to Lipton and Company, we have bought goods from him only, from that company only a few days back. So therefore, it is related to that particular transaction. So do be very much clear about this. You might not get these things mentioned in your account or in your question, okay? So you're paying Lipton. Lipton was credited over here. So now it will be debited. Means liability is going down. Lipton and Company account debit. Paying by check. Yeah, so it will be bank account. How much is it? It is. The amount was not mentioned. Therefore, we will assume the whole amount we are paying. That is 10K. Then comes the eighth. Bought furniture by cash. You can get bought furniture, it is given, or you can get purchase furniture. Purchase account comes only you are buying goods. Goods and assets are two different things. Goods are those things which you are buying it for the purpose of selling it. That is, you are dealing with those particular goods. Furniture is an asset for us, or any kind of asset that you are buying, you're buying it for the purpose of using it. So therefore, assets, whenever you're buying the assets, purchase account will not come. Rather, the name of the asset will come, which is furniture account debit plus asset. And we are paying by cash, right? So to cash. 4,000, 4,000. Paid electricity charges by cash. Same, electricity charges account debit to cash. 1,000, 1,000, and the last entry, bank paid insurance premium on furniture as per standing instruction. So bank is paying it directly, but it is an expense for you. So it will be insurance premium account debit to, since bank is mentioned, bank will be credited. So we are done with all the entries. Everybody please revise. We will start with ledger account. Okay, ledgers, right? Ledgers are nothing but maintaining records of individual accounts that you have done in the journals in separate books. There's no a kind of copy. That's like you go to your schools and colleges, you have various subjects, right? So for those subjects, do you make a single copy or you make like different copies for different subjects? So obviously, we need to make different copies for different subjects. So in this case, subjects, suppose there is biology, there is physics, there is mathematics, there is accountancy. So like 4 subjects, you will be preparing 4 different copies. So now try to understand or try to think about this subject as separate accounts. Like biology is capital account. Accounts is your like purchase account. Mathematics is your cash account. So for these different subjects, you have made different copies for this different kind of accounts, we will have different ledgers. Okay, these ledgers are nothing but different books or copies. So, how to draw a format? First of all, you will draw a single straight line column or a row, you can say this is, and from the very middle of it, draw a straight line. Mind you, this should be at the middle. Okay. Now, at the very beginning, make a very small column which will be named as date. Then, just from the middle, just at the side of the middle, you draw another one. So here we got two date columns. Similarly, another column which will be termed as amount column. See, whatever we are doing on the left hand side, we are doing the same on the right hand side also. This is your amount column. Now, as you all know, in the journal also, just after the date column, we get our particulars. Over here also, it will be particulars. But in journal, we used to have ledger folio, but in ledger, we will have journal folio. It will be the thinnest column, okay? So normally, you do not write anything over here. So what are those things? We will discuss that afterwards because it's not so relevant for you now. Please draw the columns. This is particulars. This is JF, journal folio. This is particulars, JF. And at the very left hand side, top left, you will write debit, DR full stop, and top right, you will write CR full stop. Now we will start with, as I told you, there are various subjects, so you will have various copies. Similarly, you have various accounts. So one of the most important account that you need to start your ledgers with is cash account. So just below the ledger heading, we will write cash account. Is my bad. I should have informed you that you should leave some space. Just try to give an arrow or write it over there. The cash account is the first account that we will be starting. Okay. I'm giving you some time to draw the columns, everyone. Okay. So how to do cash account? Whenever you will be doing cash account, you will have to take reference from your journals. Tell me the very first entry. Do we have cash account over there? Yes, sir. Cash is debited. So as you can see, cash is debited over here. We will write on the debit side. So date will be 2018 Jan 1. So what we will write on the debit side? Debit side we will write what comes on the opposite side of the journal. That is, since cash is debited, on the opposite side we have written capital account. So over here we will write to capital account. This proves like why your cash account is debited. Cash account is debited due to capital account. So we will write the name for whose account the cash account is being debited. That is the capital account. Do remember, do not write cash account inside cash account. So what does it mean? This means whatever account you are preparing, it may be purchase account, cash account, sales account. While posting the entries inside the ledger, that particular account will never be named. If you like writing cash account, so do not write to cash or by cash. We will get to it later. So we are done with the first account. Next, come to the next entry. Cash account is credited over here. Since cash account is credited, so it will come on the credit side of the ledger. Date is 2nd Jan. (2018). Jan 2. 40,000 was credited. So we will write the name which was on the opposite side. That is bank account. So on the credit side, you will write by bank. For the international students, you do not have to give this to and by thing. I'm again telling you, rest is all same. I will definitely give you time. Let me do the next one. You all try to say on your own. Please tell me, when will cash account come? When is the next cash account is coming? It is coming in the third entry itself. Cash account is being credited. So therefore, cash account will come on the credit side. Then which account I will write? I will write the name of, it is 3rd Jan, by purchase account. $5,000. Then for the 4th Jan entry, you can find out there is no cash account given. So therefore, we will not post in cash account. This entry will not be posted in cash account as cash account is not being mentioned over here. 5th Jan, cash account is debited. Tell me on which side we will write. We will write on the debit side. What name we will be writing? So the name that comes on the opposite, that is sales. So the date is Jan 5 to sales. 11,000. Okay, a lot of students does this kind of mistake. See, on the credit side, I have given Jan 2, then I have wrote Jan 3. So then the Jan 5 should come below it. Jan 5 is being debited. So if it comes to the debit side, you will just write below the last entry. You don't have to think what you have written on the credit side. Okay? The credit side is an independent side. Debit side is an independent side. You don't have to think about positioning the entries. Just write below the previous entry. I hope it is clear. Then move on to the next entry. So by the way, I am giving tick marks. You will also give small ticks at the starting of your classes because you will get confused. You might redo these entries again. So therefore, in order to avoid double entry, I am just giving tick marks so that I can understand, okay, we are not recording double or thrice. Come to 6th Jan. The cash account is credited. Therefore, it will be credited. By salaries. 5,000. Seventh, we will skip because there is no cash account. 8th, there is cash account and it is being credited. So what we will write? We will write on the credit side, buy furniture. What was the amount? The amount was 4,000. After that, electricity charges, again cash account is credited. So buy electricity is 1,000, 9th Jan. $1,000. So I will ask everybody to revise the postings and let me know if you have any queries. Pause the video and go through the things that we have done. As you can see, the column that I have drawn is like much bigger. So since you will be drawing this with pencil and all, you can remove this portion or you can write at the very beginning, at the end of the columns. Tell me how to balance this kind of account. The most important part. Ledgers are very easy. Posting it from the journals is very easy. The important thing is journal. If your journals are correct, posting in the ledger is very simple. Ledger, the most important portion of the ledger is balancing an account. So how to balance? You will have to first calculate which side is bigger. On the debit side, as you can see, there is 8,000 and 11,000. And I think, oh, that is not 8,000, I guess. That will be 80,000. My bad. So on the debit side, it is 91,000. And from the credit side, I can see it is like 40, 5, 5, 10, 50, 55,000. The credit side is smaller than the debit side. The rule is, whichever side is bigger, you will have to write the amount on both the sides, like 91,000. And give a bar on the top and two underlines the below. And in the same way, on the credit side, just corresponding to this, we will write this amount again. 91, single line top, double line below. Okay. So now total the credit side is 40 plus 5, 45 plus 550 plus 454 plus 155,000. Tell me how much you need to write over here so that your total comes to 91. For that, you need to use calculator. CBSE students, you're not allowed to use calculators. 91,000 minus debit side is 91,000 total and the credit side is coming to 55. So 91,000 minus 55,000, we are getting a balance of 36,000. So therefore, we will write 36,000 over here. This will be termed as buy, since it's the buy side, buy balance carried down. And date will be end of the month, that is 31st. After doing balance carried down, just below the total, you will write the beginning date of the next month, that is February 1. This balance CD will now be brought down to here and it will be termed as to balance brought down. So why 2? Because on the debit side we write 2, on the credit side we write buy. Same amount. This means we are beginning the month of February with a balance of 36,000 in our hands. This completes your cash account. In the same way, we will be preparing all the ledger accounts over here. I'm giving you 1 minute of time. Please revise, everyone. We will now do cash account is done. Capital account. Same format. I will just draw a T-shape format. You can do it as per the format. We are doing capital account. So the very first entry, we have capital account. Rather, there is only one entry with capital account. So capital account in this case was credited. Therefore, it will come on the credit side and the name will be on the which comes on the opposite side. That is cash account. So date First of all, 2018, Jan 1, by cash account. What is the amount? 80,000. So since there is nothing, there is no other entry of capital account. So this total thing, as I told you, whichever side is bigger, okay, so it's by cash. Therefore, at the end of the month, we will do Jan 31. Oh, by the way, the total will be 80,000. Since here that there is nothing. So tell me how much you need to write on the debit side in order to bring the total to 80,000. 80,000 only. Since nothing is there. This will be termed as to balance carried down. Mind it. Debit side means to side, credit side means buy side. Again, for international student, these two by things doesn't matter. You will just simply write balance CD. Okay. Now, pave 1 by balance brought down 80,000. So we are done with cash, capital both. Let us do bank account. So this is bank account. Jan 3, Jan 2, bank account was debited by 40,000. So 2018, Jan 2, it was debited. We have written credits, cash on the credit side. So bank account debit to cash 40,000. Then next bank comes on 7th of Jan. So bank is credited, Lipton was debited. So we will write Jan 7 by Lipton and Company. What was the amount? 7,000, I guess. No. 10,000. So total, leave some lines, then do the totaling because you might have skipped some entry. So it's better to leave 3-4 lines, then do the totaling. I think there is one more. Yeah, there is one more. 10th of Jan, insurance premium to bank. The bank was credited by 300. By insurance premium. So all the bank accounts have been done. Now we will have to do the balance. Debit side is bigger, 40,000. We have written on the credit side also. On the credit side, as you can see, the amount is 10,300. So you will have to deduct the two things. 40,000 minus 10,300 is coming to 29,700. By balance carried down. Jan 31. This CD will be brought down over here. The bank account is done. So I would like to ask everybody, please do the following accounts on your own. Lipton and Company you will be doing on your own. Then furniture, salaries, purchase. do these 4 accounts and after complete account. Okay, we will be doing the balancing and all. And after doing this, please send me the photo. I can check it. Okay, that's all for today.